Okay, in Bernoulli's equation, okay, we are going to see different applications. Okay, first one is Torricelli's theorem, and in that too your velocity of efflux. What is this velocity of efflux? Let me tell you. Okay, so your Torricelli's theorem is, and velocity of efflux, what is that? I will tell you. Okay, now here you will have a tank. Okay, right? So first case 1, these results you have to remember. In the exam you will not have much time to derive. There is a tank like this. Okay, this tank is having a hole. Okay, this tank is having some water up to height capital H. Okay, it's not full, but it is filled with water up to height H. Okay, now a small hole or orifice, people call it as orifice. Orifice means small hole. So what will happen? Water will start leaking out of this hole. Okay, right? Your area of cross section, it is very big here. This is capital A. You are supposed to give, okay, this hole I am keeping at height of y. I will keep this height, automatically will become h minus y. What is your question is, what is v? Okay, ultimately you are supposed to find out velocity as well as what is the range. Okay, what is the range? What is this range? Okay, it is on the ground. Okay, later we will convert this into some water tank, don't worry. For now, in the first case, it is on the ground. You need to give V and you need to give R. Okay, now here, those who want to try, you can pause the video clip and then try it. If not, okay, I will explain the solution. So I told you, whatever happens, stick to basics. Two equations, one is equation of continuity and other is Bernoulli's equation. Now first, if you consider equation of continuity here, your equation of continuity, what it says, I will tell you. Okay, let us say this area of cross section is given as small a, it is very small. Now here, if you try to apply equation of continuity, capital A1, okay, let us say this is A1, let us say this is A2, it is given, or even if it is not given, it is very small. Here let us say the velocity is V1. Now if you try to apply equation of continuity, A1 V1 is equal to, indirectly it is A2 V2. We are supposed to find out V2, velocity of hole. Okay, now here the result that I am going to derive now, okay, like how in the advertisements they will give you, no, so we are not imitating anything. Okay, all these are fixtures, similar way. Okay, the result that I am going to derive now is absolutely valid under this condition. What is that condition is, okay, I mean I am going to derive a result here. If this area is big and if this area is small, okay, look at this, your V2 is A1 by A2 into V1. Now here, okay, this I will write it. but keep in mind here A2 is small, big by small, that will give you infinity. You cannot mark the answer as infinity. So if you take the reverse, okay, here V1, if you take V1 is A2 by A1 into V2. Now if you take this is small, this is big. Small by big will give you small value. As a result, V1 is close to 0. It is negligible. Okay. If A2 is greater than, A2 is very much less than A1. That is your whole area. Okay. This is the condition. If this condition is satisfied, then only the result that I am going to derive will work. Okay. So small by big value will give you small value. If A2 is very much less than A1, your V1 is close to 0. So obviously hole at the bottom will be very small compared to area of cross section of the tank. So here it is 0. Now next, it did not give me V2 value. I need to ultimately calculate V2. Okay, my ultimate target is calculation of V2. Now here if I try to calculate V2, okay, if I try to calculate V2 value, now what will I do is I will try to apply Bernoulli's equation between these 2 points. So here I will take some point 1, here I will take some point 2. Because it is ideal incompressible fluid, I can apply Bernoulli's equation. Now what is Bernoulli's equation? Okay, your Bernoulli's equation between points 1 and 2 is what I am going to apply. Your Bernoulli's equation is P1 plus rho g H1, if it is same fluid, rho g H1 plus half rho V1 square is equal to P2 plus rho g H2 plus half rho V2 square. Okay, so this is your Bernoulli's equation. Now if you take this Bernoulli's equation, okay, if you take this Bernoulli's equation, okay, what will happen is your pressure for first one, okay, P1 if you take, it is atmospheric pressure. Okay, your P1, because it is attached to atmosphere, your P1 is atmospheric pressure P0 plus, okay, from ground if you take rho g capital H, from this surface if you take rho g y, it is your choice. Okay, from ground you can take, or from this surface also you can take, no issues, your answer will not change. But in that case, for the second element you have to keep your height as 0. So rho g H plus half rho V1 square, V1 is close to 0, right? V1 is close to 0, right? We have assumed if area of cross section of tank is big and hole is small, your velocity of, your speed of water on the top is 0. So rho g H plus 0 is equal to, here at this point number 2, at this point you will have atmospheric pressure P0 because it is open to air. Okay, when it is open to air, in fluid statics we have seen that. Okay, so your pressure here is P0 plus, okay, rho g H2, okay, that is rho g into your height is, okay, from the bottom it is H minus y, okay, from the bottom it is H minus y plus half rho V2 square. We are supposed to calculate ultimately V2. So P0 will cancel off. So rho GH will cancel off. Okay, so rho will cancel off on both sides. GH is equal to G times H minus y plus rho, if it is cancelling off, it is V2 square by 2. GH also will cancel off. You are going to get 2gy is equal to V2 square. Your velocity is under root 2gy. So that means if I keep a hole, okay, it has nothing to do with the height from the bottom. If you look at this expression, it has nothing to do with your velocity of water coming out of the hole. It has nothing to do with this height. It has this expression of y Okay, from this expression v2 is equal to under root 2gy is indicating what? Your velocity of liquid that is coming out of this hole is function of this distance y. Okay, not the distance from the ground. Okay, not the distance from the ground. So your velocity v2 is what? Under root 2gy, where y is the distance from surface of liquid. Distance from surface of liquid. Distance from surface of liquid. Okay, right? Next, in this case you are supposed to calculate range. Next, if you try to calculate range, okay, now in kinematics you must have done this kind of problems. From some height in projectile motion, if you are releasing some object like this, okay, your displacement along y direction if you take, you will write h is equal to half gt square. Your displacement along x direction, you will write range is equal to vx into t. Okay, right? If you remember from projectile motion, when the body is projecting horizontally, this is what you do. So, okay, if not, you can watch my projectile motion videos. In that, your third case or fourth case, I have discussed this. So now for water, okay, for range calculation, if I am doing, okay, h minus y is equal to half gt square. If it takes time t to come from here in projectile path and reach this point, your displacement along y direction h minus y is equal to half gt square. Your time to reach the ground is 2 times h minus y by g under root. Okay, now this is your displacement equation. Finally your range value is, okay, r is equal to v2 into t, that is under root, okay, your v2 how much? v2 is under root 2gy times t, that is 2 times h minus y by g. Okay, so this expression you have got, gg will cancel off, 4 times y into h minus y. Okay, now under what condition range is maximum they will ask, then you have to do dr by dy is equal to 0. Okay, so first copy this stuff down. Okay, if you have any doubts just let me know. Okay, so your next question is like this. Within this itself, if they ask you, okay, where should I keep hole, where to place hole so that range is maximum. Okay, where to place the hole so that range is maximum. So where will you place means your dr by dy. Okay, you have got your range as how much means under root 4y times h minus y. For r to be maximum, dr by dy is supposed to be 0 when r is maximum. When any function is having a maximum value, its derivative is 0. You can watch my applications of derivatives video if you do not know how to take the derivative. So derivative of root of f of x is what? 1 by 2 root of f of x into f dash of x. So you are indirectly your derivative of d by dy of, okay, denominator term, anyhow when it goes to other side it will become 0. Indirectly it will become hy minus y square is equal to 0. Okay, so that will give you, okay, so derivative of this is h is constant, so h minus 2y is equal to 0, y equal to h by 2. Okay, so you have to place your hole at h by 2, and what is the range means substitute this back into this function to get the maximum range. Okay, all these values are important, you have to simplify and then do the calculation. Okay, I have done the calculation, you remember this result. Okay, so here from this much story, your velocity is under root 2 into g into y. Your time value is under root 2 times h minus y by g. This is pretty direct. Range function is this much. Maximum range you have to keep hole at the bottom. Okay. Now I will give you a question. Okay, try to give answer to this by doing the calculation. Now question is, there is a water tank. Water's height is h1, tank's height is h2. Okay, this is your tank. Okay, right? So in villages you will see, right? So your question is, where should I keep the hole? This h is dash, so that range is maximum. You have a tank at height h2 from the ground. Try to give the answer logically, don't guess. Okay, derive it. Okay, don't say directly it is h2 plus h1 by 2. I am not sure. Try it. Give a minute, set up the equations. This part, if it is y, this part it is h1 plus h2 minus y. Your equations may not be same. Okay, so to derive some result I have done it. Your question is like this: where should we keep hole so that range is maximum? Where should we keep hole such that range is maximum? That is your question. Try it. Chase answer. So directly following the previous logic, V2 is under root 2gy. Okay. Now coming to time, h1 plus h2 minus y is equal to half g t square. Your time of flight in reaching the ground is under root 2 times h1 plus h2 minus y by g. Okay, right? Next, your range value is, this is your time of flight calculation. Okay, your range value is, range I am calculating here. How much is the range? Range R is V2 into T. Okay, so V2 is under root 2gy times T is 2 by g times h1 plus h2 minus y. G will cancel off. Okay, so your range value is under root 4 times h1 plus h2 minus y times y. Okay, now for range to be maximum, dr by, for r to be maximum, dr by dy is equal to 0. For this, as I have discussed previously, derivative of root of f of x with respect to x is 1 by 2 root of f of x times f dash of x, where f dash of x is nothing but your derivative of f of x. This must be equal to 0. So this term when it goes to 0, f dash of x, if it is 0, that is enough. So that implies your dy dy of, okay, 4 times, okay, 4 anyhow, if it goes to other side it will become 0, h1 plus h2 into y minus y square. This term is supposed to be 0. So derivative of this is h1 plus h2 minus 2y is equal to 0. Your y is h1 plus h2 by 2. Now many people will think your answer is h2 plus h1 by 2, but now your y value is this much. What is your final answer? h1 plus h2 minus y. Okay, your required answer is from ground. Your h is h1 plus h2 minus h1 plus h2 by 2. So that will give you how much? Means h1 plus h2 by 2. So that means, okay, don't think you have to keep your whole at h1 by 2 from here. If you give that, your answer will be h2 plus h2 separately plus h1 by 2. That is wrong. Okay, out of the total height you have to keep it at half. Okay, to give this result. Okay, your answer is not, okay, don't think answer as, okay, don't, your answer is not h2 plus half of the height of tank. Okay, it is wrong. It is total height h1 plus h2 by 2. Okay, total height h1 plus h2 by 2. Many people will think you have to keep the whole in the half of this, means they will think answer as h1 by 2 from here. If this is h1 by 2, from the bottom it is h2 plus this height. That is not the case. Total value we are getting this as this much. Okay, right? So think before giving the answer. Don't just bluntly give the answer. Okay, right? Next coming to this amount of water leaking. Let me check whether time is present in this. Time, what is the time? 1:37. Okay, we will stop this lecture at this point. Tomorrow we will continue. Okay, or else we will finish this off. No, we will do it tomorrow. I don't want to rush up things. Let's continue where we have left off in the previous lecture. So now here what is that you have is, okay, we know that if you keep a hole, if you have some container and if you keep some hole at the bottom at height or some at depth h, what is your v? Means we have seen that it is under root 2gh. Okay, under root 2gh is what? Velocity of liquid that is coming out of this container. Okay, so which is called as velocity of efflux, that we have seen it Torricelli's theorem. Okay, now instead of having one liquid, what is that you have is you have two liquids. Okay, for these two liquids, what is it you are supposed to do is, with what velocity your liquid will come out of this, you are supposed to calculate. Okay, right? Now if you try to calculate velocity at this point, okay, if you are trying to calculate velocity at this point, what will happen is what you are going to calculate. Okay, now here, okay, if you try to apply equation of continuity, capital A into V2 is equal to small a into V1, V2 equal to A by A into V1. Okay, this is your equation of continuity. If you try to apply, this is what we have done previously. But now the question is this correct or not, is what you are supposed to understand. Okay, now to check validity of this equation, okay, here if you try to write equation of continuity is nothing but your volume rate, derivative of volume with respect to time. So in 1 second, how much liquid that is going out, that much amount of liquid is actually coming downwards. According to that, you are going to apply your equation of continuity. Now here, to apply equation of continuity here, okay, is this situation valid means, I will tell you. Now your mass rate, okay, derivative of mass with respect to time if you take, okay, your mass is what? Volume into density. So that is derivative of V into rho with respect to time. If rho is constant, we are writing rho times dV by dt. Okay, now here, okay, if rho is constant, this dV by dt, okay, if mass rate, how much mass is entering, that much is, if it is leaving, for the same liquid your rho will cancel off. dV1 by dt is equal to dV2 by dt for some flow or pipe. Okay, at this end it is how much volume it is entering. Okay, at the other end we can write derivative of volume 2 with respect to time. How much it is entering, that much is leaving. Okay, now here density of liquid is not going to be same here. Okay, density of liquid here is different. Top liquidity is different, bottom liquid is different. Okay, so you cannot apply equation of continuity. Okay, if you try to apply equation of continuity, obviously you will get the wrong answer. Okay, if you try to take points 2 and 1 here. Okay, so taking this point is of no use, and you cannot directly give the answer as V equal to under root 2g times H1 plus H2. That is also wrong. Okay, so Bernoulli's equation, it is conservation of energy. Conservation of energy is universal law, no doubt about it. But the thing is, you cannot take, okay, apply this equation of continuity like this and try to give the answer. If you try to apply equation of continuity between these 2 points, it's not a correct thing. Okay, now to do these kind of questions, okay, I will tell you the logic. Okay, so it's not that you cannot apply Bernoulli's equation. Yes, you can apply, but the points that you are going to take will be different. Okay, so logically speaking, okay, instead of taking points 1 and 2, you should take some point here. So if you take some point as P here, okay, instead of taking 2, some 2 dash or some point P dash if you take here, you have to apply Bernoulli's equation, this P dash and this outer point. Okay, now at this point if you try to apply Bernoulli's equation, and at this point if you try to apply Bernoulli's equation, then you will get the answer. Okay, right? Now I will tell you, okay, this appears as if it is complicated, but just now I will give 2 methods to solve the same question, but I will just explain the logic properly. First you concentrate. Okay, now your method 1 to solve this question is, okay, now how much pressure this liquid is causing. If I replace that with equivalent amount of rho 1 liquid, then I can directly write the answer as V1 equal to under root 2g into H1 plus some H dash. Right? I can do that. Right? If we have a single liquid, we will write the answer as under root 2g H. If the H is from the surface, how much is the height? That much. Now what I will do is, I will replace this top portion of liquid with H dash amount. This bottom height is anyhow H1. Okay, right? Getting my point? This H dash liquid is also still the same rho 1. H1 liquid is also rho 1. Okay, I am replacing with equivalent amount of water. Okay, I can do that. There is nothing wrong with it. Okay, I am replacing this with equivalent amount of rho 1 liquid. Okay, your H dash is, okay, equivalent height of rho 1 liquid. Now what is your answer for the whole here? V equal to under root 2g times, okay, you can directly write the answer as H1 plus H dash. Okay, you can do this, there is nothing wrong with it. Okay, right? Now if you try to do answer to this, now if I try to replace with equivalent amount of water, now how much pressure this liquid is causing means, okay, rho 2g H2. How much is the pressure head of this liquid means rho 2g H2. Okay, the pressure head of this liquid is rho 2g H2. Okay, so now rho 2g H2 amount of pressure is caused by how much amount of rho 1 liquid means rho 1 into g into H1. Okay, right? So I am trying to calculate equivalent pressure head. Okay, equivalent pressure head. Okay, how much amount of liquid of density rho 1 will contribute to same amount of pressure here. Okay, so if I do that, g will cancel off. Okay, your H dash will be rho 2 by rho 1 into H2. Okay, rho 2 by rho 1 into H2. Okay, so now indirectly what if I substitute, okay, this top layer dotted line liquid with this much amount of height, it will contribute to same amount of pressure. So now in this manner, if it is contributing to same amount of pressure, okay, what will happen is, okay, if it is contributing to same amount of pressure, what will happen is your answer is, okay, V is equal to under root 2g times it is H1 plus H2. Okay, H2 which is H dash, that is rho 2 by rho 1 into H2. Okay, so this is your final answer. Okay, hope you have understood this. There are no doubts. Okay, so now let me check whether this is the final answer. Yes. Okay, so this is your final answer. Now this is your first method. Okay, so what is that we have done? Replacing with equivalent amount of water. Okay, replacing with equivalent amount of first liquid. Okay, replacing with equivalent amount of, okay, first liquid. Okay, that if you do, then you will get the answer. Okay, all right, now let's move ahead. Okay, so your next thing is, okay, this is your first method. Your second method to do the same I will tell you. Okay, so this is one method. Okay, now in neat point of view I have explained this. Now next, okay, another thing that I can do is, now if you take this point P dash and 1, okay, between point P dash and 1, okay, where is P dash means this is your P dash, between point P dash and point 1, okay, what is happening? Your pressure difference is getting converted into kinetic energy. Okay, right, getting my point? Between these 2 points, because both are at same this thing. Okay, so if you try to apply P plus rho gh plus half rho v square, okay, between same points, okay, delta P plus delta of rho gh plus delta of half rho v square, that is your difference in energies if you take. Okay, so this potential energy head is anyhow not going to change, it is 0. That change, delta will indicate change. So change in potential energy head between these 2 points, because both are at same height, this rho gh is 0. So indirectly this pressure difference is getting converted into change in kinetic energy. Okay, so this difference, pressure difference is actually getting converted into kinetic energy. So let's apply that logic. Okay, so your pressure difference, okay, your pressure difference will actually get converted into kinetic energy. So I'll write that point very clearly. Your pressure difference will get converted into kinetic energy, will get converted into kinetic energy. So if your pressure difference is getting converted into kinetic energy, okay, so now between this point P dash and 1, what is the pressure difference means? Okay, so P naught plus rho 2 G H2 plus rho 1 G H1 minus outside it is P naught, that is equal to, it is the same liquid, right? So you can directly write half rho V1 square, okay, minus half rho V2 square if you try to apply also here, because of big surface area. Within the same liquid you can apply equation of continuity, right? So area times V, if you try to write also this part, okay, it is close to 0. Okay, at this point your velocity is close to 0. Capital A into capital V is small a into this V1. So that will, within the same liquid, if you try to apply equation of continuity, you will get convinced that this part is anyhow close to 0. So half rho V1 rho 1 V1 square minus 0. Now plus P naught minus P naught will cancel off. So G times these two will cancel off. G times rho 2 H2 plus rho 1 H1 is equal to half rho 1 into V1 square. Now send this V1 to other side and rho 1 to other side. It is under root 2G times rho 2 H2 plus rho 1 H1 whole divided by rho 1, which will give you the same answer, under root 2G times, okay, this will come rho 2 by rho 1 times H2 plus H1, okay. So this is your V1, okay. So like this you can calculate the values, okay. Hope you have understood this and there are no doubts, okay. Like this you are supposed to solve this question, okay. So this is your second method, okay. In method 2, what is that we have done? We have taken a fact that your pressure difference will actually get converted into kinetic energy. Instead of having hole here, they can keep to the bottom also, still answer will not change, okay, right. Hope you have understood this. So this is what you are supposed to do when you have combination of liquids, okay. All right, now next is, okay, your next situation is emptying of tank. How much time, if you keep hole at the bottom, how much time, okay, water comes out of the tank, okay, in how much time water comes out of the tank, that is what you are supposed to do in this case, okay, right. Now here so you have a hole at the bottom, you have liquid filled up to height h, capital H. What is your question is, okay, big area, density of liquid is rho, small area, okay, this is small a, so obviously water will start coming out like this, okay. Question is, at t equal to 0 height is h, okay, at t equal to 0 height is h. Find height as function of time, first question. Second, time taken, okay, for tank to become empty, for tank to become empty. These two you are supposed to calculate, okay, how much time, in how much time this tank becomes empty, okay. Now let us try to do this question. Now if you are trying to do answer to this question, what will happen, I will tell you, okay. So now let us take this scenario, okay, you have capital height, I mean height to be capital H. Now here after time t, if height is h, t equal to 0, it is fine. After time t, if your height is h, okay, now this is a t. In time t plus dt, let us say you have a small change in height. This change in height, it is, let us say, dh. Okay, so I am trying to do the answer. Okay, those who have finished already in their school or college, whatever it is, okay, you can pause the video clip, try it, okay, and then you can watch the solution. You can continue, but okay, beginners, first time, those who are watching, let's not waste time. So now here, let after time t, height is equal to h. Height is equal to h. Okay, after time t, height is h, and after time dt, height is dh. Okay, after time t, height is h. After time further dt height, or a t plus dt, I mean, or in dt time, dh height has reduced. Okay, now here in dh amount of time, okay, how much volume is coming out means, okay, right? So this shaded portion of level, if it is dropping, then in time dt, then same amount of liquid will obviously come out of the hole. Okay, how much it is coming out, but that much volume will decrease in the container, right? After all, okay, your volume entering is equal to volume leaving. Okay, so now your volume rate, if you take derivative of volume with respect to time, is nothing but your equation of continuity, A times V. Equation of continuity. Okay, your area of cross section here is small a. What is V? Under root 2gh. So this is A times under root 2gh. Okay, now small volume dV from here is, if this area of cross section is A, this small volume, d of volume, okay, d of volume will indicate small volume. Small volume is area times small height dh. Okay, small volume is area times dh. Okay, so now let us continue to the solution. So bring this dh and substitute it back into that equation. Now if you do that, A times dh by dt is A times under root 2gh. Okay, so now from here, okay, your dh by root h is equal to capital A by small a into under root 2gh, under root 2g, okay, right, times dt. Now you integrate on both sides. I have rearranged it. Now I will integrate. So at t equal to 0, height is capital H. After time t, let us say the height is h. Okay, now integral of dh by root h means this is h power minus 1 by 2. So integral of h power minus 1 by 2 is h power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by minus 1 by 2 plus 1 from capital H to small h, that is equal to, okay, right. So now check whether everything is correct or not. I think because the volume is decreasing, we have to keep a minus sign. So if I mean, what I will tell you, what is that, a by a into, this is under root 2g into integral of dt is t, lower limit is 0, upper limit is t. This entire term is constant. Constant can be taken out of the integral. Okay, so now upper limit we have to substitute. H power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 is h power 1 by 2, which is root h. Root h means this is 2 root h from capital H to small h. This is equal to a by a times under root 2g into t. Okay, now we should obviously keep minus sign because upper limit minus lower limit we are getting smaller value. So because volume is decreasing, I will keep minus sign. Because volume is decreasing, okay, let's keep minus sign, minus, minus, minus. So if you simplify, I don't know whether it is visible or not, but what is that you are going to get? 2 times root of capital H minus 2 times root of small h is equal to a by a into under root 2g into t. Okay, this yellow color box is important. Okay, now for time taken by the tank to become empty, if you take, okay, so you can substitute this h to be 0. If you substitute h equal to 0, okay, final height is 0. Okay, this, what is this h? H is height from the bottom. For tank to become empty, you substitute this h equal to 0. How much you get the answer? That is your answer. Okay, so you can pause the video clip, those who are watching, copy this stuff down, get this expression, then after that, okay, you can give the final answer as, okay, for time, for this will give you what? Height as function of time. Now time for tank to become empty, this bit if I do that, okay, so 2 times under root h minus 2 times under root 0, final height is 0, this will be equal to a by a into under root 2g into t. This if you do, that is enough. This term anyhow it is 0, so 2 times capital A by small a times 2 into under root h by under root 2g is equal to t. So send to other side, so that will give you capital A by small a into under root 2gh is equal to t. Okay, hope this bit is correct. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is time for emptying the tank. Okay, right, so I have derived height as function of time. Okay, you keep this t on one side and send the other terms to other side, you will get the answer. Okay, right, hope there are no doubts and you have understood the solution. Okay, all right, now next let me continue further. So next is, okay, your next part is now simultaneously what will happen, I will tell you. So simultaneously you are filling in and water is leaking out. Okay, both are happening at one go. Okay, water is entering the tube and water is leaving the tube. So you have some tap, water is entering at alpha meter cube per second. Initially tank is empty, small hole, small a, capital A. Initially tank is empty. Water is entering at the rate of alpha cube meter per second from some tap. Okay, so area of cross section is capital A, height is h. Okay, right, initially tank is empty. Find height as function of time, first bit, second bit maximum height. Okay, why maximum height I will tell you, because what is your volume rate means, derivative of volume with respect to time is a times v is under root 2gh. Now if h is more, your volume rate will be increasing, volume leaving out will be increasing. So at some point as water keeps entering, this height will start slowly increasing. So at some point what will happen, how much amount of liquid enters, that much will automatically leave. So at that point what will happen, height will not increase, because alpha meter cube per second if it is entering per second, automatically if alpha meter cube per second if it is leaving, what will happen, your height will not further increase. So that maximum height you are supposed to calculate as well as your height as function of time. Okay, so those who can do it, you can try it, but I need I have little time left off for my next class, so that is why I will wind it up off fast. So now you don't know what is the height as function of time. So let us say at t time and at t plus dt time, this is your change in height dh. Okay, hope you have copied this question down. Okay, so my point is, I write it very clearly. Let after time t, height is equal to h, time t plus dt, time your height has changed from h plus dh, height has changed to h plus dh. That means indirectly in dt time, dh height has changed. Okay, now in dt time, if dh height has changed, okay, what will happen, I will tell you. Okay, so now this much is the volume that is remaining. So volume in container is, okay, net volume in container is, okay, net volume entering minus volume leaving. Right? Getting my point? If some amount of liquid is entering and some amount is anyhow leaving, so what is left of, how much is entering, okay, minus volume leaving, that will remain in the container. So that volume is net derivative of volume net, small volume net remaining in time dt is, okay, volume entering per time dt minus volume leaving out of container with respect to time dt. Okay, right? So that only net is that much. Okay, hope you have understood this. Okay, now here, okay, so your volume, I will write it clearly, volume net is equal to volume entering minus small volume leaving per unit time by dt will cancel off. So this will become A times dH. This volume entering is alpha times dt. Unit I have given alpha meter cube per second. So that is why it is alpha times dt minus small a into V is under root 2gh, equation of continuity, A into V, because the volume that is, I mean with what velocity water comes out means it is under root 2gh. So from equation of continuity, volume leaving is this much. Now times dt. Okay, right, volume is this much. Okay, right, so this equation if you solve, you will get the answer. Okay, now they will give you with numbers in your exam and you will get an integrable function. Okay, so for by BC people this much is not required, they will ask mostly the second bit, first bit they will not ask, but for MPC people you should be able to integrate it. Okay, now coming to maximum height. Okay, from this you have to express height as a function of time you can separate it, right? So what is that you can do here? A times dh by alpha minus a times under root 2gh is equal to dt. Okay, this expression you can integrate it on both sides. So how will you integrate? At time t equal to 0, height is 0. After time t, height is h. You integrate, you will get the answer, but okay, not so important. Okay, logic I have given, but if bad time happens and if in the advanced paper if it comes, you have to do this. Okay, now coming back to maximum height. Okay, now coming to your h max. Okay, very clearly I write this point. At maximum height, volume entering is equal to volume leaving. Indirectly, your net volume is 0. Net volume in container is 0. So that means this term is anyhow going to become 0, right? Because when maximum height is reached, okay, how much is entering, that much will leave automatically. So volume entering is equal to volume leaving. So if this is 0, dt also if you take 0, okay, what will happen? Alpha times dt is equal to A times under root 2gh into dt will cancel off. This is capital H. Okay, when it is H max, this condition is happening. From here your H max is alpha by A square 2A square into G. Okay, like this you can calculate the maximum height. Okay, hope you have understood this and there are no doubts at all. Okay, right. Next is, okay, your, okay, force on reaction due to, force of reaction due to ejection of liquid is what we are going to see. With that we will stop today's this lecture. So let me do that small part also, and that will give you the clarity. Okay, so now that is also related to this velocity of efflux and Torricelli's theorem. So what is that? I will tell you. Okay, all right. Now what is that? I will tell you. Okay, observe carefully. Your force or reaction on container, okay, due to ejection of liquid, okay, which people call it as reaction force. Okay, so what is that? Let me tell you. Now let's take some container and liquid is coming out. Okay, let us say this height is h, this is some capital H. Okay, now here inside this container if you have some liquid, let us keep some disc here. Okay, what is that I am doing? I am keeping a small disc here. Okay, now if you try to take, okay, this disc initially, from this side what is the pressure means? P naught plus rho GH is the pressure. Okay, from the liquid portion side on that cap or disc that you take, it is P naught plus rho GH. Okay, now from this side, from the right end, how much is the pressure means? P naught, atmospheric pressure P naught. Okay, now your net force is, okay, on the cap your net force is your pressure difference into area, that is P naught plus rho GH minus P naught into A. So that is equal to how much means? Rho GH into area. Okay, now keep this in mind. Okay, on the cap if it is asked, this is what you are supposed to write if you are closing it with help of some cap. Okay, on the container this much is the force. Now this is not the reaction force. Okay, this is not what I am talking of. Okay, so I am talking of something else. Okay, now you have taken out of it. Okay, so on the cap if it is asked, this answer is correct. Okay, but now you have slightly displaced it. So what will happen is, after some slight displacement, you have some cap here, water jet is striking like this and water is falling downwards. Okay, now because of this ejection, okay, because of this ejection, okay, how much force will be there? Like how if you have a container in variable mass, I have explained this in detail, but still, for example, if you take some container or if you take some rocket or something, if fuel gases are being exhausted out like this, to apply conservation of momentum, what will happen is this thing moves forward. When gases eject out like this, liquid start, the body rocket thing goes forward. Okay, this I have explained. Okay, now here because of this ejection, okay, you have displaced the cap, water is coming out. Because of ejection of water, there will be some reaction force. Okay, like how you have rocket, in rocket what is happening? Gases are coming out. So when the gases are coming downwards, rocket is going upwards. Similarly, when the liquid is coming towards right container, there will be some force towards left. Okay, of course, if it is on the ground, later it will be balanced by friction. That is a different story. So, but my point is there will be force on this liquid as well. Okay, that if you take, okay, if you look at the variable mass idea, okay, your force, I mean your thrust because of ejection of liquid. Okay, because of ejection of liquid. Okay, your thrust force that you have, okay, thrust force. Okay, so I am not asking on this cap. This cap I have removed it and placed little away. Okay, I have shifted it from that position. On the cap, if it is asked, this is your answer. Okay, slightly I have displaced it because of which water jet will eventually start striking this. So that thrust is, when there is variable mass, it is just simply dm by dt into v. Your dm is, okay, derivative of mass is density times volume with respect to time into this part is speed. Okay, Newton's second law, F is equal to dp by dt, P is, okay, m into v by dt. Here m, okay, v we are taking out, v times dm by dt. Okay, so if you watch my variable mass lecture, you will get this clarity on this. But for now, it is d by dt of rho times volume. So this will become rho times derivative of volume with respect to time times speed. Okay, so this is equation of continuity. Area into derivative of volume with respect to time. Volume rate is equation of continuity. A into V. So rho A V square, that is equal to rho A into under root 2gh is your thrust force on this container. That means because of this ejection of liquid coming out, there will be force towards left, okay, on the container or liquid. Okay, I mean when the liquid is coming out on the container, it will be towards left. Okay, so rho A V square is the thrust force. Okay, like how you have gases coming out of rocket container, similarly here also on this container, because of the ejection of liquid, there will be force towards left. Okay, of course if it is on the ground, later it is balanced by friction. Okay, so keep this in mind, rho A V square. Okay, so that is your thrust force, and your V is what? Under root 2gh if there is hole. Okay, so now simple questions they will ask on this as well. So let me do one question. Force of reaction, water flowing out of the vessel. Okay, what is your question is, there is a container. Okay, with this I will stop this lecture, don't worry. So there are two holes. One hole is towards left, other hole is towards right. This hole is at height h2. This part is H. Container, liquid is there. This part is H1. Okay, hope you are getting my point. There are two holes, okay, and liquid is coming out from both sides. This is hole A, same area of cross section, hole B. Okay, same area of cross section for holes. Find force of reaction on container because of ejection of liquids. Liquid density is rho. Single liquid, rho is the density. Okay, so try answer to this question. Okay, now if you try to give answer to this question, okay, what is the answer to this question? Let me explain, okay, without wasting much time. Okay, so just now we have seen, if velocity is Vb here, if velocity is Va here, okay, hope you have done the question. So your force net is, just now we have seen, it is rho into area of cross section into Vb square. This force will act right minus rho into area of cross section into VA square. This will act towards left, that is why it is minus sign. Okay, right? So because of ejection of liquid, container, on the container there will be force towards left. Because of ejection of this liquid, this much force, it will be towards left. Okay, right? They are asking this value. Now we don't know what is VB, we don't know what is VA. We know the value of rho, we know the area of cross section A. Now what we will do is we will try to apply equation of Bernoulli's equation. Now Bernoulli's equation, because it is ideal fluid, okay, this is point A, point B. Between points A and B I will try to apply Bernoulli's equation. Now if I do that, PA plus, okay, at A how much is the atmospheric pressure? P naught, okay, plus rho G H1, okay, your density is rho, G into your height from ground is not H1, sorry, your height from ground is H2 plus H, okay, your A is at a height of H2 plus H, no, so your potential energy head is this much plus half rho VA square is equal to, okay, at B atmospheric pressure P naught will be same plus your potential energy head is rho G into H2 plus half rho VB square. Okay, so I am applying Bernoulli's equation at point A and point B. Atmospheric pressure P naught, atmospheric pressure P naught will cancel off. Rho G H2, rho G H2 will cancel off. Rho G H is equal to half rho VB square minus VA square. Okay, now rho will cancel off. What is VB square minus VA square means? It is 2GH. Take this back and substitute into this equation. Your final answer is, your net force on container is rho A times VB square minus VA square is 2GH. So 2 rho A GH is your net force. Okay, right? Hope you have understood this question. Okay, so all these are easy things, better stick to the basics. Okay, so whatever I have explained, you just copy down in the notes, and whenever you see a question, just look for points, which 2 points you are supposed to apply Bernoulli's equation and equation of continuity. You will be able to do all the questions in fluid dynamics. Okay, so with this we will stop today's lecture and we will continue next class. Okay, thank you.